Hello there, and welcome to this final installment of this series where I have been playing the regions of Europe one by one on GeoGuessr in a tennis match format. 616 episodes before this epilogue. That is the same amount of GeoGuessr games, which means that I've been playing 3,080 rounds of GeoGuessr in Europe over the past 2 and 3/4 year, and a little more than that actually. That is a total of 9 days and 23 hours and some change of playing GeoGuessr. That is a long time. Still, when you spread it out over 616 days, it doesn't really amount to that much time per day, does it? But I thought I would make an epilogue to sum up some of the statistics and maybe put one or two highlights in, at least from my own perspective, of the series before we get to Sunday this week when there will be a new sort of madness starting up. But this will be the final full stop to this particular bit of GeoGuessr madness from me. When I started this series, I didn't really have a clear idea about what sort of rules I should use. I only knew that I was going to play it in a sort of a tennis scoring format, but I didn't really know what time limits to put. So, in the first iteration of my rules, I just said, okay, I'll go for a maximum game time of 5 rounds for 40 minutes. And, well, that turned out to be way too easy. So, I decided then that, okay, let's knock 2 minutes off those 40 minutes every time I score a 5,000 point round. Yep, so I did that. That was too easy. Okay, let's up that to minus 3 minutes per 5,000 point round. Nah, still too easy. Okay, so version number 4 of the rules was, okay, 35 minutes total game time and 7 minutes maximum per round and minus 3 minutes per 5,000 point round. Nah, still too easy. So in the 5th installment of the rules, we went over to 30 minutes per round, 30 minutes per game, then 6 minutes per round, and minus 2 minutes for each 5,000 points. And even that was too easy. So the final version of the rules, version number 6, which was the one that I ended up with, was 25 minutes per game and 5 minutes per round, and minus 1 minute per 5,000 point game. And that seemed to be a good formula. It's just a shame that it took me about 500 episodes and more to figure that one out. So, and as you will see with the statistics later on, that would have been the ideal format to begin with. But I didn't really know that, so that's how things went. So let's get down to some statistics. So, first of all, I thought, was there one of the 5 rounds that overall turned out to be harder to play than any of the other 4 rounds throughout the whole series? So, when I did my spreadsheet on it, it turned out that the average time for each round was pretty darn the same, as you can see here, which only demonstrated to me that if I had started doing the spreadsheet that I was setting up towards the end of the series, if I had done that from the very start, I would have soon have uh, twigged onto the ideal game time rules. But those are the mistakes you do. And it's interesting to see that 5 minutes was pretty much the perfect time limit set. Just slightly too little for the overall time. Still, that did not prevent me from winning matches, and the final tally of matches in the setup was that I won 17 out of the 18 matches. The game won one, and that was with the final set of rules. So, with me winning that many matches, you would think that I played 25,000 points in the majority of the episodes. But no, that turned out not to be the case. I only played 25,000 points in 280 out of the 616 games. So that means 336 games where I failed to play 25,000 points. Also, someone asked me after the some of the final episodes where I had not caught on to the fact that the sensitivity setting on the map had been increased to 175 meters as a default. Um, how many rounds would I have failed to get 5,000 points in if the setting had been at 175 meters throughout? And I did a little checkup on that, and the answer to that question is 160 rounds would have not been 5,000 point rounds with 175 meters sensitivity setting. And now, some top 10 statistics of the series. Right, So this was way back in episode 5 in Jihomoravsky Krai in Czechia. And this happened. I did a misclick. So here I am playing in Turkey, and well, I got endless plains, light hills, nothing much to go by at all. It's just fields, fields, fields. And then there's this settlement far, far, far away called Bashkurt. And I've been looking for, as you can see, 6.5 minutes now to try and figure out a way to pin this thing. And I go by a hunch. I think I can see that particular building I just marked on the map. So I do what I do. I put a marker in the margin, and then I use the edge of the map as a guide for the cardinal directions, in this case, north and south, or the east west as well. And then I'm like, nah, this is probably half a mile away. And it's 10 meters. That is by far the best moment I've had in the game, in the series. So, what have I learned during this series? Well, I learned a few things. Not many of them that are very useful to playing GeoGuessr, but I have learned that I really don't like drawing maps in Portugal and France and Spain and Italy and the Netherlands, and particularly in Belgium and the UK and in the Czech Republic. And yeah, well, because the borders there are just gnarly, crooked and bent and go all over the place, and are really hard to draw when you want to make a map manually. So yeah, in terms of playing, well, the Ukraine takes a long time. Greece as well takes a long time, but in Greece it's actually easy to be accurate, fairly accurate. France, well, I have given the system of numbering roads in France a mouthful in several episodes throughout the series, and yeah, I was given a reminder that I should remind myself that the number system is not made for people playing GeoGuessr, but for people using the roads. I still believe they could have done it in a more useful fashion in France, but if it works for the locals, I guess it's good enough. Other countries that have bewildering or somewhat bewildering numbering, well, Italy and Portugal. I think Spain does a good job of its numbering of the roads, because the road numbers all have, at least the ones that are in the various regions, have a prefix in terms of the letters telling you which region it is, which is very handy. Um, Other than that, what can we say? Oh yeah, Serbia. Oh man, Serbia. Now that is a dinger. That is a tough one, and yeah, uh, that is an unfinished chapter in many ways. There's so many rounds I was not able to complete there. That was a really tough one. And what else can I say about this series? Well, I'm disappointed I didn't 25K the lot in Norway, but well, it's a fairly big country and it's easy to miss. So yeah, and what else have we learned? Well, I learned a bit about editing videos. By no means perfect, but at least I got some experience with it. Had to change both recording and editing software throughout the series, which has been handy in some ways. And well, and with that, I pretty much want to say thank you to all of you who have been regular visitors or have just popped in to see what this is. And yeah, I hope it has been to some degree entertaining or interesting, or maybe giving you inspiration to something. I don't know what, and maybe protracted lunacy over several months. So, yeah, this is it. This is the end of the series. But that doesn't mean that there will be an end to me and GeoGuessr here. I will keep on playing GeoGuessr, and there will be a new series starting on Sunday. And you might ask, why have I been playing this footage of me playing a game in Japan throughout this epilogue of a series that was about playing in Europe? Well, it might have a bit to do with the new series starting on Sunday. And what the theme of that will be, well, you might have a guess. Until then, well, I hope to see you then. Bye bye.